Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of LSPDFR tutorials. And today I wanted to make a pretty neat little I wanted to make a little tutorial video. As of right now, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to edit this. I have so far made a YouTube post, so by the time you're seeing this video, most likely you've seen that post, and by possibility you've also voted on it. So basically, this video is either going to be multiple parts and probably like 30 different videos, or it's all going to be one big video and probably be 3 hours long, with the added benefit of having chapters in the description so you can go ahead and scroll your way through the video at whichever point you like. So I'm just going to treat it as though that this is all one big video and I'm just going to edit it all together. So the first thing I want to go ahead and cover is how to install plugins. So before I go over anything, I am not going to recover the same things that I've done in previous videos. For example, installing LSPDFR. If you're watching this video, by probably 101% chance you already know how to install LSPDFR. Next, we are going to go over multiple plugins. So basically, the only thing you're going to need is your LSPDFR. Now, I have multiple directories. If you want to split them up, just go ahead and add like a little, you want to add a little tip there, because this is what stops Grand Theft Auto 5 from actually launching on this directory. If you want to play this directory, for example, vanilla, all you got to do is remove that, press enter, and there you go. Though I do not want to go ahead and do that, so I am going to keep it as vanilla. Instead, I want to take my Los Angeles directory because this is the directory that I'm modding today. So just go ahead and remove it. That is also going to allow me to use OpenIV, which I'm going to use later in the video. But right now, all I need is just the regular directory. So I already have LSPDFR installed. It is honestly the only thing I have installed right now. It is literally just, like I said, the only thing. There is nothing more, nothing less than that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to open up the plugins folder. This is exactly where we're going to start. We are not going to go any further than this. In fact, we might even go back because there might be some things, for example, there might be a call out interface. That's what it is. There might be call out interface which has an ASI that has to go out here, so if we drop it in here, it's going to make a mess. Or even Axon signal, same thing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out a tab for our browser. Yes, I know I have Batman here. I'm a Batman fan, okay? Don't judge me. What we're going to do is we're going to search up LSPDFR. Another great thing that we can do is open the website, my website. So you can find this website down in the description below. There's the mods section right up here if you select it. And there is a whack ton of mods that you can select from here. I will be selecting a lot of mods from here, for example, the visual mods. So Visual V, Polito's Sheriff's Office MLO, Sandy Shores Alive. Probably not this. I'll probably use, where is it? Here, Blaine County Traffic License Signs. I might even use like Urban Sandy Shores or Sandy Shores Remastered. Actually, this one's a recommended one. Sandy Shores Remastered actually adds a lot of stuff, or no, San Andreas. Actually, I think, right? Which one is this one? Oh, no, this is the city. Never mind. Yeah, that's the city. At times, it's going to start breaking, but most of the time, it's going to drop a whack ton of FPS. So, yeah. Route 68. Yeah, that's, this is, oh, geez, I forgot the name. Um, this is the LS Customs in the county. Harmony, that's what it is. I keep forgetting this. I keep forgetting the names. Okay, it's been a while. I've either been calling them like Salton Sea or like Mississauga and stuff. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is skip trunk control. We can go ahead and start with this if we want. So we're going to go ahead and open this. Delete last vehicle DV. And a lot of these plugins are going to have INIs, so I'm mainly going to go over the biggest plugins for this. For example, Stop the Pet is one of the biggest. Um, Compulite, not too big. ELS, not too big, though this is a good one to cover because there's a lot of people with a lot of questions. Ultimate Backup is also another big one to cover. Axon Signal, again, not too big to cover, but there are probably a couple things that I can go over with it. Actually, hold on. This is Ultimate Questions. Do I not have... Oh, I think I see the problem here. It's not Stop the Pet, it's Stop the Pet Questions. Okay, so what we have to do is go ahead and grab it here. That would be a problem of my own. I am very sorry about that. Yeah, I'm seeing it over on my editing version of the website, on my editing side. Okay, let me go ahead and grab that. I am also going to grab this link so I can quickly fix this. Just like that. Update. Go back over here, wait a couple seconds, update it, and now it should be fixed. No. Probably another few seconds it should fix. Okay, so over here, we have Stop the Ped. We're gonna close this out. Also, other people who may be using this, for example, you may be seeing a whole lot of ads here. All you got to do is just turn on an ad blocker, and all the ads are gone. Don't click any of the ads because a lot of them could be viruses. So, just a little heads up on that. So I just wanted to see what the website looked like without an ad blocker, and so far this is what it looks like. I mean, it's not too bad, but if you try to click something like that, yeah, it's like an invisible ad. That's basically what it is. It's invisible ads. Yeah. Okay. So that's just that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my blocker back on. There we go. So Stop the Pet itself actually has a lot of configuration to it. And this is just one of those things where you have to unpack it. You have to unpack it from the main game directory because it has Rage native UI here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this right into the directory. Now actually the problem with this is the Rage native UI here is out of date. So we're going to have to go ahead and update that ourselves. We're going to have to do it manually. So we're going to go ahead and open Rage plugin hook, open the LSPDFR folder, and then we have the stopthepet.ini. I'm going to go ahead and use Notepad++ for it, which I really recommend using. It is honestly just incredible to use it, and it does a whole lot better than the regular Notepad. So anyway, to get started with this, the stop the ped key, this is what you're going to use to stop a ped on the road. Basically, whenever you're stopping a ped on the road to ask for their ID, or when you pull a ped out of the car, you have to do this again, just to try to get their attention. So I have this set as E. Additionally, you can also put something like left shift key. So now it does you have to hold the shift button and E before you do it, but I don't want that, so I'm going to leave that as none. Then the context menu, this is what you press when you're like next to a car and you want to call a tow truck or insurance, or you're next to a dead body, you want to call for coroner, or you're behind your trunk and you want to pull some traffic cones out. This is what you press. You press G. If you want to change that out, you can go ahead and change it out to whatever you want. You can change it to O, T, P. I'm personally just going to leave it at G. Then the gunpoint pursuit key. I've never actually used this before. So key to be used with gunpoint to make a ped as pursuit target. Yeah, I've never actually used this before, so I might honestly use this at some point. Then there's the quick grab key. So this is left control T. I personally don't use this. I just use a regular menu to grab them. But if you want to use it, you can go ahead and use it. Again, it's left control and T. Then there's the tackle key. This is the backspace button. So whenever you're running and you want to tackle someone, this is the backspace button where you just flop on the person and you look like a silly salmon. Next, we have the sprint boost key. The sprint boost I don't really use too much just because it looks really silly when you're using it. But in any situation where the suspect you're trying to catch up to is way too quick, you can just use something like this, and it gives you a nice little speed boost for a few seconds. This is the enter key, so you just press enter and it gives you a little speed boost for a few seconds. Then there's the search key. The search key is when you're patting them down or you're searching a car. It's going to be the same key, or you're searching a dead body as said here. So say stop ped, a dead body, or a vehicle, whichever is closer to the player. So this uses a proximity. So it's F10 for me. I'm going to leave it at F10. I've never had any problems with it. Then there's calling transport. This is D8. So D is actually the numbers on your keypad, or not on your keypad, on your keyboard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just those regular numbers. So you just put a D in front of it, then you select whichever one you want. I'm going to keep it as 8. I don't honestly use it. I just use grammar please to call for it, but that's just me. Then is the buttons. So the buttons, stop the ped, this is all for controllers. I don't use a controller, so I couldn't tell you which ones to use because I am not used to using a controller for LSPDFR. Then you have the parameters. So pet attack probability. This is basically when you okay, here. So pet resistance. This is the first one. I missed it. So the probability percentage from 0 to 100 of a pet going to resist during player interaction with the pet. So this is basically when you're about to put someone under arrest and they run off. That's basically what happens. There's a 3% chance of it. Then the probability that they will attack the player instead of trying to resist. For example, you try to arrest them, they pull out a knife and they try to stab you. That is set to 50%. Then you can additionally blip the peds. This I would probably keep on as just something pretty easy to have on. Take over all arrests. So take control of all peds arrested by LSPDFR cop and prevent the suspect from being transported by default LSPDFR cops. Yes, that is a mandatory. Keep that on. The probability of a pet having a gun permit, this is 25%. So this is actually the kind of thing that affects CompuLite. This is what affects computer police menu, not Computer Plus. We don't use Computer Plus anymore, and Computer Plus itself is just it's standalone on it. It's in its own INI. So this is basically just all the setups for it. So a gun permit probability. You would say America, so you could put this pretty high. I mean, 25% is already really high considering the amount of people actually have it. So yeah, that is that. I mean, if you really want to add some spice, you could just make it 5%, but I'll keep it as 25, so whatever. The weight of red, yellow, and green category items that might be found on a pet or a player. Total of these three values must be 100. So 15 red, yeah, so 15% of the items are red, 30% of the items are yellow, 55% of the items are green. So remember, these just have to all add up to 100 or else stuff hits the fan. So basically, red, there's going to be basically 15% of the stuff is most likely going to be red. 30% of the stuff that is found on your suspect is going to be 30%, or 30% of it is going to be yellow, and then 55% of the items you find are going to be green. And this is all, it's all random, so you might have no red items, you might have no yellow items, you might have no green items. I've had situations where the person had absolutely nothing on them, so you can have situations like that. It is very well possible. Um, the So you have the range of numbers, or yeah, the range number of items from the ped search vehicle. Minimum items found is 2, maximum items is 5. I would recommend keeping that as that. It doesn't really it doesn't really create too much. It doesn't really create too much stuff. Now, if you have too much, then it can cause clippings if you have full screen turned off. So it's just those kind of things. After that, you have the alcohol levels for the breathalyzer. Do not touch any of this. Just don't, or else that's going to mess things up. Not for you, but it's just going to look weird. Um, so force using your own list. Um, to force using items from the list from stop the ped on the pat-down results. If it's set to no, that means the plugin will use the items from third parties, search plugins when installed, for example, search warrant or police search. This is up to you. If you have a search warrant or a police search, it's up to you whether you want to use it or not. I personally don't have them, so I don't really care if this is on yes or no. Um, the vehicle model for escort vehicles. If you have multiple vehicle models, make a comma separated without any spaces. Again, this is only for the vehicle models. So I'm not going to change any of these because I don't have any add-on vehicles, and ambulance is really just the only one I need here. It's honestly just the only one. Then the taxi models. This is something you can add if you have like a separate taxi model, like an add-on taxi. You can just go ahead and stick that in there and it'll work. The ambulance stretcher model. Unless you have a different model, don't be swapping this out, or if you don't know what you're doing, don't swap this out. Don't try to get curious with it because you're gonna make a mess. The spawn distance of the escort vehicle. Changing the spawn distance might affect your waiting time. This also could cause crashing coming from the plugin, so don't set it too high or else it could cause crashing. Just leave it at 100 because 100 is good. If you have some situations where they spawn on highways, you could set it up to like 120 or 160, whichever one you want. Proper pet age. This is up to you. I personally keep it on yes, or I just keep it on. It's something a little more convenient, and it keeps things looking good. For search result full screen, I personally keep this off just because it doesn't give you a massive screen that you have to tab out of every time. So it's just something I keep off. Sprint boost duration. So this is 3 seconds of sprint boost, and it makes you 50% faster. So this is what we found before. It's just the things that we found before, so pressing enter for sprint boost, this is the configuration for it. Make nearby dead peds don't get despawned easily by the game. Dead ped persistence, this is a definite yes for me because when I'm handling a scene, I don't want dead peds just vanishing on me like cars. So it's definitely a yes for me. Even the empty vehicles, turn that off. Even the empty vehicles, this is a yes for me. Just keep it on because you don't want cars just randomly vanishing as soon as you look away from them. Then there is enable traffic stop menu. I can open it with E or D-pad right. The traffic stop menu, yeah, this is what you're going to need. Also, I will be showing you guys some configurations for the LSPDFR keybinds because this is going to have some conflictions. Stop the Ped does have a lot of conflictions with LSPDFR, so I'm going to have to go ahead and show you guys how to fix those. Then there is the traffic control radius. So this is just how big the circle is going to be when you call for stop traffic or slow down traffic. This is just how big the radius is going to be. I just leave it at 60 because 60 is good enough for me. Um, Observation accuracy. So this is just the accuracy when you're on a stop. You smell narcotics, you smell alcohol. It's just those kind of things. The suspect is nervous and sweating. It's just those kind of things. This is just the accuracy for it. You can leave it at 95. I'd like to keep it at 95 because not everyone's perfect. So we could have some situations like that. Sobriety test passed when intoxicated, 5%. So there is a 5% chance that it might happen. Sometimes instead of actually blowing into the machine, they'll stick their tongue into it so that it looks like they're blowing, but they're not actually doing anything. So it's just little things like that. Narcotics field test positive, so this is 95%. I don't know, sometimes you get lucky and it comes out negative. Sometimes it's the machine that actually does it, it's the machine that's broken. Advanced flashlight, yes, keep this on because it is awesome. It gives you that over the shoulder flashlight. This is also another conflict since you're gonna have to turn off, or basically just disable in the LSPDFR.ini, which I will cover later. But this is a definite yes for me. It looks absolutely awesome in the actual game. So if you want to have like a awesome looking flashlight instead of just that wonky one you're always holding, this is just a definite yes for me. Then the taser laser, this is more something up to you. I find the taser being pretty okay. Um, I mean, the taser laser sometimes it does look wonky, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, when you're running around, you have a taser in your hand, you just have the laser flying around everywhere. Sometimes it does look a little wonky. Even in real life, not all tasers have a taser laser, so you might want to look into where you are in real life and see if you have a taser laser on your real life police department. So if you don't, turn it off. If you do, leave it on, or it's up to you. Determine the probability from 0 to 100 on a weapon status check to be unregistered. So basically, when you find a weapon on a suspect and you go ahead and run it in the back of your vehicle, this is going to determine the possibility that it's unregistered. Then down here, this is the stolen probability. This is 20%, unregistered is 10%. Then there is the weapon strings. Don't touch these, please. Don't. There is handguns, revolvers, pistols, SMG, rifle, firearm, and shotgun. Don't touch these. Got it? Don't touch them. I'm not even sure why these are even in the INI. They shouldn't be here. Next up is the registered strings and words, which will be used to detect suspicious substances in the search items. For example, the narcotics field test. So this is basically when you're looking up, you're testing different things that you found in the car. For example, blotter papers, liquids, crystals, capsules, tablets, pills, and powder. For example, you find like purple crystals in a baggie, or you find white powder in a package. It's just those kind of things. You got the powder, you got the crystals, just things like that. Or you got blotter paper. Sometimes they put like meth in a dollar bill and they just snort it like that, or even cocaine. It's just things like that. Um, Next is this is the probability of a pet being intoxicated, drunk, or under the influence. This is actually a really neat one. If you have traffic policer installed, the setting is ignored since SCP will refer the pet intoxicated flags from traffic policer. This is actually a really neat one. Though I did like traffic policer a lot more because traffic policer actually gave them the walking style of a drunk person. As for stop the ped, honestly, Stop the Ped just rarely ever does it. Honestly, I think it only does it if it's over 0.2%, which is incredibly high, and you would be like passed out drunk at that point. You wouldn't even be stumbling around, you'd just be passed out. Um, Next is set the probability from 0 to 100 of a vehicle registration status being expired or not registered. Again, traffic policer will overrule this, and then traffic policer works over this. Vehicle registration expired probability is 10%, no registration is 5%. If you want to lower this even more, you can just go ahead and do it if you're finding that it happens way too many times. Personally, I'll do it because it just happens way too damn much. Um, Intoxicated ped, you could send this up to like 17. I'll do that because why not? It's always fun to have a drunk guy. It's always fun to have a drunk person, so why not? Set the probability from 0 to 100% of a vehicle insurance status being expired or no insurance. I wouldn't touch this because I don't need to touch it. I think the insurance is honestly just fine already. Again, overruled by traffic policer. Set the probability from 0 to 100 of a vehicle driver refusing to exit the vehicle during a traffic stop. If you want this, go ahead and touch it. If you don't, leave it alone. Personally, for me, I think it's good already. The probability percentage from 0 to 100 of the pulled over driver going into resistance. So basically, you pull them over, and the first thing they do is like drive off, or they get out of the car and they run off. Just things like that. The probability percentage from 0 to 100 of the pulled over driver going to attack you instead of fleeing when they resist, determined by a pullover resistance probability parameter. So this is actually overruled by riskier traffic stops. So riskier traffic stops is something I really recommend. Enable realistic pit maneuver physics. This only works on like a specific situation when you request pit. I wouldn't recommend it. This will fix the bad vehicle physics on what was that noise? On LSPDFR 0.4 point whatever, which makes it impossible to pit a suspect vehicle. So again, it is fixed by better pit physics, again by Astro Burgers. So I would recommend going ahead and installing that. Whether to use a glow stick or a parking one to initiate a traffic stop on foot. If you want to use it, you can. Honestly, I don't even know what the keybind for this is. I've seen Benzo use it a bunch of times, but personally, I've never used it. I've pulled it out like once or twice, but I never actually figured out which button it was. I was just spamming every button on my keyboard. Realistic weapon system. This is a really neat one. Basically, this is what gives you your weapons at the beginning of your shift. If you want to use them, use them. Otherwise, I think LSPDFR will actually give you your weapons at the beginning. But if you want to use this, go ahead and use it. For a pistol, if you want to use the regular pistol, you can go ahead and use it. The carbine rifle, same thing. I actually recommend the carbine rifle over everything else. I mean, the carbine rifle, it's honestly just, it's a rifle, okay? Then the pump shotgun. This is actually, I used to swap this over to the sawn-off shotgun because that's what I would use for like the BB gun. Instead of using like a lethal shotgun, it was the non-lethal LAPD shotgun, which I actually might do this throughout the video. When I might go ahead and install the non-lethal shotgun for LAPD, so that'll be pretty neat when I do it. Then the handgun ammo, the rifle ammo, the shotgun ammo. This is just the amount of ammo you have for each of the guns. You can alter it if you want. I personally don't need to. Stop the pad will also make these additional loadouts that are setting up in the startup. So this is just the additional loadouts. This is honestly just what comes with you. And I believe this only works with like melee weapons. It doesn't give you a pistol or anything. And if anything, I'm not even sure if this works. You may put any weapon as the additional loadouts except for lethal weapons, rifles, shotguns, and fire extinguisher. Yeah, right there. It says it right here. You cannot do it, but you can put anything else. Um, yeah, lethal weapons. Yeah, so it only works for melee. And going down here, if you want the full list of weapons, you have the list down here if you ever want to use it. Then there is comped. Comped is basically functionality as make comms pet again. Or okay, make peds calm again. That's basically just what it is. I've never actually used it. I don't need it because having pets just going absolutely nuts is honestly it's pretty realistic, so I just keep it off. Um, Peds, driver panic on weapon discharge. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is actually what keeps the peds calm for things like when you shoot your weapon or yeah, basically just when you shoot your weapon. Basically, they won't have a panic attack and just run you over. This is what stops them. I've never actually used it before, and I might just start using it now. Prisoner transport. So prisoner transports, I'll keep it on. If you have ultimate backup, this will overrule it. Police T, just leave this all alone, okay? Leave it all alone unless you have an add-on vehicle. If you have an add-on vehicle, this is for the city, this is for the county. Got it? Easy? Good. Also this, don't touch this, please. Just don't touch it. Probability for a female. I mean, if you want 60% of it, you can go ahead and use it. Recruit nearest cop for transport. Yes, keep this on. It just keeps the clutter out. This will also help you with crashing as to stop it because you don't need 1,000 peds in one crime scene. Prisoner transport, siren lights arrive, yes. Siren lights depart, no. And siren sound arrive, no. Siren sound depart, no. Leave this alone. Force vehicle meta peds. So to force the transport officer ped model using the entry in vehicles on meta file is vote no. Only change this parameter if you know what you're doing. Yeah, I'm not sure what this does. It's still very vague on what it does, so I'll just leave it as no. Then the coroner service, if you have an add-on vehicle, you can just go ahead and stick it over here unless you have ultimate backup. If you have ultimate backup, you're going to go ahead and stick it over into ultimate backup. Same thing up here. You're not going to touch this because it ain't going to do nothing. Sorry, kids. I almost said the word. Tow service. So tow service is enabled. This is just whatever vehicles you want. The tow service, this is the vehicle model for it. So this is just a mechanic. Flatbed offset, small pickup offset. Leave it alone, please. Unless you have a vehicle where it's like uncoordinated and you have to re-coordinate it. I wouldn't recommend touching this anyway. Insurance vehicle. Yeah, it's just when you call insurance, it's just going to be that. Animal control, again, it's just when you call it for animal control. So that is going to be that. So if you have any questions on that, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, go ahead and ask me on Discord. Otherwise, moving on. We're going to head into the Stop the Ped folder right here. We're going to open it up and we're going to open up localization. This is basically just a whack bunch more settings. A whack bunch more. I'm going to lose my voice after this. So starting off, you have the character set. This is some supported languages. You have English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Polish, Russian, Korean, Chinese simplified, Chinese or Japanese, Mexican for Mexican Spanish. So the character setup, this is just a translation. It's gonna have, if you're French, you're just gonna stick French over here. If you're German, you're just gonna stick German over there. If you're Italian, you're gonna stick Italian over there, and continuing on. The stop the ped menu. So this is just right here. This is all the different namings for it. I don't think there's a lot of stuff you can actually go through here because, yeah, this is just a translation, isn't it? Yeah, it's all translation. That's all it is. Okay, leave it alone. It's all translation. You don't need to go through it. Vehicle items, traffic stop questions, pet answers, pat down items, and custom items. You can actually go ahead and swap that out. I have a few things for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab all of those, stick them in there, replace the items. There you go. This mod is actually not out yet. It is a custom mod that I'm currently working on, so it's not out as of yet. It might be out soon, depending on how lazy I am, but we'll see from there. Okay, so next, what we have to do is we're going to head into the LSPDFR folder. This is where we swap out the controls, for example, the conflictions. So first, we're going to head into the keys. First thing we're going to remove is going down here, perform arrest. You're going, actually no, that you can leave. Stop peds, you're going to remove this and just change it to none, just like that. Chase abort, you're going to leave that. Accept callout, you're going to leave that. Traffic stop interact, none. Traffic stop start, you're gonna leave that. Apartment save vehicle, leave it. Toggle computer, this is whether you want or don't. Backup menu, none. You're going to need that for ultimate backup. Toggle siren sound. So that's for J. If you ever want to use ELS, it's there. So basically, yeah, J is if you ever want to change the keybind for ELS. I'm not too sure why they swapped it out to J, but I guess it's like pretty good because it's what I've gotten used to. Then there's the LSPDFR.ini. So what you're going to do here, there's actually a few things you got to do here. First, main preload all models. You're going to change this to false. You're going to swap it over to false and just leave it as that because this is going to cause a lot of texture loss if it's on true. Next, you have ambient cop spawn block off. Disable player flashlight override. This is going to stay as false, right? Yeah, it's going to stay as false. Player holstering action, false, false. Leave that, leave that, leave that. Ambient AI, I mean, you could shut it off if you want to. It's just one of those things that might cause crash. It might cause crashes every now and then. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. So this is already done for you. That's already done. And that's that. Moving forward. Okay, so the next runner-up here, we have ELS or Emergency Lighting System. So this is honestly, I would say, a mandatory mod that you would need. It's honestly just a drag and drop. I wouldn't recommend changing anything in it. So it's really just very easy. A lot of people go through the ELS.ini. You wouldn't understand how many people I've run into who went ahead and changed a lot of stuff in the INI, not having any idea what they were doing. I was actually victimized of that, not having any idea what I was doing and falling to my own stupidity. So again, all you gotta do, drag, drop in, and you're done. Just like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be installing is Ultimate Backup. Again, turn on your ad blocker before you press something you shouldn't. This was updated in June. Not sure why it was updated, but sure. It's probably just something random. Air ambulance never coming when called. There's actually a few situations of that, but I think that's just like an LSPDFR base problem because a lot of times it actually works. Um, Okay, so you're just gonna go ahead and press this again, just nice and regular like that. Um, so you have Ultimate Backup, open it up, and again, this is the kind of thing you only want to grab plugins because you already installed Rage Native UI from Stop the Ped. So just go ahead and take plugins and drop it. Place, and you're good. So LSPDFR, open it up to ultimatebackup.ini. Press OK, or if you have Notepad++ on a terribly made language. Okay, so toggle menu key. We already changed this in the last chapter, so that is already done. If you want to use a modifier, you can go ahead and use it. For example, left shift key or left control key. And if you're really insane, you can even do that. But that's only for the people with insanity. Next is the keyboard shortcut for panic button. I don't recommend this. None. And then the modifier. None. I don't recommend it unless you're not using Grammar Police and your microphone is just not really working with Grammar Police at all. Again, group backup. None. I don't need it. It tends to get in the way anyway. There. Canine partner interaction. So enter and exit the vehicle. I'm going to leave it as T. So this is the buttons when using a controller. These are the buttons to toggle the menu on and off if you want to use it. Parameters. Code 2 lights sirens on, or code 2 siren lights on. Say yes or no to the to the state of the sirens during Code 2 situations. By default, Code 2 sirens is set to silent by this plugin, but there's limitations on ELS car if the plugin turn on siren light without sound. The ELS car model will still play the sound. If you are using ELS car, you want a silent Code 2, then set this to no. I personally don't have problems with it, so I'm just going to leave this alone. The radius of threat detection in the area for the player, which will trigger the backup to combat the threat. Threat detection, I'll leave that alone. The radius of head to watch detection area from the player, which will trigger watch positions from the police buddy. Again, leave it alone. Threat detection interval, milliseconds of the threat detection process. If you're having a performance hit, you may increase it to 2,000 or 3,000. Okay. The default distance your backup will spawn at the starting point. The higher distance value, the longer they will arrive. They will arrive. So spawn backup distance, again, in the first chapter for stop the ped, you can go ahead and change it if you want. This, don't touch it. This, don't touch it. This group backup severity is code 3, don't touch it. Felony backup, this is how many units you'll get when you start at code 5. Medic gives med kits to the player's health. Leave this on if you want it. Otherwise, turn it off if you don't want EMS helping you, which I don't know why you wouldn't want it. So allow menu selection on traffic stop. This allows you to select the menu using controller during traffic stop when you're inside a vehicle. Sure, if you want to keep it on, or if you want to turn it on, you can turn it on. You may change this parameter if you know what you're doing. So if you want to use your menus on controller, then turn this on. If you don't want to use it, turn it off. The stretcher prop, this is the model again in chapter 1. Stop the ped, don't touch it. Laser beam length, so this is just how far the laser will go. Then there is the partner vehicle models. If you want to add some more, then add some more. Otherwise, don't touch it. Okay, so that is that. Make sure to save. And always save before you leave. That is something it is just something I gotta stress. Save your stuff before you close it. The amount of times that people actually do things and they don't save their stuff is mind-boggling. So save your stuff, Control S, otherwise you go over here, you press File, you press Save, and then you're done. It's literally that simple. Again, over here, just like Stop the Ped, it's all translation, so leave it alone. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so the next thing we're going to install is Axon Signal. This is a neat one that we're going to install. So this is actually the body cam and dash cam you see in a lot of my videos. It even records with Rockstar Editor, so in some cases I do actually use it for my thumbnails. So it's just really neat to use. We can go ahead and install that. Download that. Double click to install. I'm not sure what this is. I haven't seen this before. Okay. Anyway, open the Axon Signal folder, open Grand Theft Auto 5, and then you just have these two things. This is actually the latest one, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. Just chuck it in there, off you go. Then plugins, same thing. Just chuck it in there. Then you have Axon Signal. This is actually it's not an LSPDFR plugin. It's a Rage plugin hook plugin. So when you open up Rage plugin hook, you have to turn it on manually. So Axon Signal into the INI. So the default key to record is O. So this is just to turn it on and off. To turn it on, you just have to double click it. To turn it off, you have to press O for 3 seconds. Otherwise, if you want to switch it out, switch it out. The dash cam, I recommend turning it on. Dash cam overlay. This is just like the Axon Signal thing you see in the corner. Dash cam on foot. This is if you want it. I find it pretty neat to use. Then the dash cam effect. This is like it's the little screening. It's like the camera look on it. So if you want it, you can turn it on. I personally don't like it, so turn it off. Honestly, real dash cams don't actually do that. They actually don't have it. They don't have the dash cam effect, so turn it off. Especially Axon. Axon cameras don't have it, so just turn it off. This, swap it out to whatever you want. Doesn't matter what the hell it is. This, same thing. Same thing over here. If you want to change this to like Axon Fleet 4, you can just do it. Um, Otherwise, just leave it like that. If you really want to be silly and you want to change it to like something random, or you want to make it like it's a phone, you can also do Aiden's phone or something like that, and it's like a cell phone using as a body cam, but I'm going to keep it as Axon Fleet 3. Interior camera index abbreviation. So yeah, this is just for the interior camera. So you press I for the abbreviation, F is the index abbreviation. This determines whether the camera displays the local time or UTC time. Only car models. This I don't really care too much about it. The dash cam letterbox. This is just the little black boxes you see. Again, this doesn't actually show up on a real body cams or dash cams, so turn it off. Letterboxes off. Next is the hide minimap in dash cam view. Turn this on because if you want to have your minimap and it just looks incredibly weird, just be like that. Enable body cam overlay. This determines if the body cam overlay is enabled. This is again just the little axon thing in the corner. If you want it, turn it on. If you don't, leave it. This again, change it whatever you want. This is the body cam UTC offset. I don't need this, so just leave it. Axon body 3, change this to whatever you want. You can even set it to Axon body 4. This is like the latest one, I think. You can set it to Axon flex 2. Actually, I think Axon flex 2 has the camera effect, but I'm not entirely sure. Overlay in first person view only. If you want, you can do this. I do recommend it. Otherwise, you have like third person with a thing over there, and it's like weird. Body cam showing local time. You can leave that on. If you don't want it, then turn it off. Plugin parameters. Customize certain plugin parameters here. Enable Axon signals sidearm only. So this is basically whether it will record when you pull out your gun or down here when you turn on your code 3 lights. Speed thresholds. While emergency lights are on, this determines in miles per hour triggers when it uses. Yeah, so this is just when it turns on depending on your speed, and then this is just the delay for the trigger. Then the display notifications, I recommend having that on. This is just what tells you when it's recording. Reminder for the beep interval, you can have that on, doesn't really matter. Then this is just what sets off the recording. Determines the latest updates. Okay, yeah. So keep that on. If enabled, Rockstar Editor. Rockstar Editor recording when body cam recording operation is in progress, and stops Rockstar Editor if body cam recording is stopped. Yes, this is like brand new and it is really neat, so make sure to turn this on. It is just really neat. Body cam button sounds, and this is also really neat. Turn that on. And then body cam interaction animation, that is also really neat. Turn it on, no questions asked. Then the Axon signal sound, this is just the sounds for it if you really want it. But on to the next, I am losing my voice over here. So our next runner-up is actually a fun one. It is Grammar Police. And this one is actually very long to record because of how much interaction it actually has. and just how much configuration you can actually put into it. I mean, it's a radio mod. You can have all kinds of configuration with it. So let's just go ahead and install it, and we're going to basically just stick in as much configuration as we can possibly put into it. So there's the textures over here. This is just like the radio texture. We're actually going to swap this out for a different one, so we're not going to install that. Grammar police. So this is basically you have to install absolutely everything. Back into Grand Theft Auto 5. So for this, why is it not going over? There. So for this, if you want to install Rage Native UI over it, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and select everything because why the hell not? I also got me some water just to help with the voice. So just go ahead and let that install. Also, I know my swallowing is loud. Everyone tells me that. So let's go ahead and install it. And there you go. So first place you're going to go is plugins. This is really just the only place you need to go. You're going to go plugins, LSPDFR, and if you really, okay, so you have to go into Grammar Police. You're going to head over to default. And this is all the big controls here. So what you're going to do is you're going to Control C, Control V, the default, and you're going to rename it to custom. So you're going to open up custom, and you're going to swap this out to whatever the hell you want. I'm probably going to swap this over to what? 3 Lincoln 14 there. I think that's a captain code, right? Yeah, 2 Lincoln is like a command team. Yeah, so 1 Lincoln is the Office of Chiefs, 2 Lincoln is the command team, 3 Lincoln is like captain and lieutenant. Get another sip of the water. Okay, so 3 Lincoln 14, that's like a captain there. Honestly, I'll probably go like 26 with a lieutenant. Generic. We can honestly use this if we really want to. I personally like to use immersive. So just like that. I like to use immersive. Controls, leave those. So F3 is the interface, F2 is the settings. So you can go ahead and alter that actually in the game. Radio key, I like to set that to U. So just set it to U and you are good. Eh? You? Hmm? No? Okay, bad joke. Hotkeys, these don't really matter to me at all whatsoever, so I'll leave those alone. Again, I mean, why are you going to use hotkeys when you're using Grammar Police? I mean, it's Grammar Police. What do you need hotkeys for? Then there's the buttons. Dispatch primary button, you have a dispatch secondary button. So this is basically what you're going to use to contact dispatch. I believe it is the right alt key, right? Or is it up here? Yeah, I think it's that. Hold on. Right alt key. Actually, I think the website is actually on here. It would be in the documentation, yeah. Okay, so we can go ahead and take a look at the documentation over here. So documentation, there is the, where is it? Config. Here we go. I have a lot of stuff going on here. Don't save. That is probably something I should hide. Again, hide. You know what? I'll just hide the entire thing during the editing process. because I am not sure why these things don't close, and it is incredibly annoying coming from Microsoft. Absolutely annoying that these things don't automatically close for you. I don't know. It's possible that they close for you in some kind of setting, and me being stupid, I don't have them on. Okay, so it does not say here. Um, oh, okay. Um, yeah. So it's probably this here. Yes, probably this right here. You know what? I'll just snag it off a different directory that I have. Here. Grab a different directory. I'll go into CA just like this. Plugins, LSPDFR. I know there's a lot of stuff here. Not Computer Plus. Grammar Police. Custom. Should be down here. Um, so here's push to talk. Then there's the buttons. Oh, it's not even on. Okay, so I'm just being incredibly stupid. That's good to know. I am being absolutely stupid like the idiot I am. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just being stupid. I'm not sure where it is. I quite honestly forgot. Oh, here. Right there. Yeah, I am very stupid, so it's already there. Okay. You can just see the stupidity coming off of me. It's been a while since I've done this, so still doesn't make sense. Show player status. So this is actually really neat to have. I'm gonna put that on true. Show target plate. Again, neat to have true. Radio auto close, yes. Push to talk. I always use this. There's no reason to have it off. Um, Immersion, those are just the kind of things you can turn on in the menu in game. Backup, again. Actually, no, this is like the kind of thing well, these true and false ones, you can have them in the game. Otherwise, these ones is only here. Pit. So, this is just when you request a pit. Again, just use Astro's mod, better pit physics. Pursuit. Pursuit authority enabled. I like to have it on. It's just like something pretty neat to have. Sometimes dispatch doesn't allow pursuits, but I override it as a commanding officer. So I just tend to do little things like that. Then the natives, again, down here, you can just do it in the game. Um, Disable menu mouse. Yeah, probably it's a little easier. Okay, so out of that, next place we're going is into grammar, immersive, and we basically just have to copy a bunch of stuff over. So this bolo, ah, I didn't know it comes with the mod. That is really neat. So this is actually for Echo's bolo mod. Yeah, see? It's for IAE. It's Echo's mod. That's basically what it's for. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take the default Control C, Control V. This is really just something if you're just coming off this and still a noob. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this. Then we're going to change this over to custom. Again, only if you're the newbie kind. I personally like to use default because I know what I'm doing, and it's just what I've used for so long because I'm lazy. But otherwise, let's go ahead and open up custom. If you don't know what you're doing, this is your first time using it, just use custom because it's just easier. So the first place we're going to go is into commands. And get another sip of the water. So what we are going to do first is we are going to head on down to normal. This is only if you're using the check-in interval. You're going to use these. You can add a few more if you really want to. I don't need to, so there's nothing for me to add. So it's just something for you to add if you really want to. Panic. This is also another one that I have. Shots fired, shots fired. Is this actually an old one? Oh, this is. Look at that. I'm being a complete idiot. Look at me. Look at me go. I'm an idiot. Okay, plugins. Just same thing. Plugins, grammar police. We're going to head right into the same spot. Yeah, see, I don't even have. Oh, wait, no. I'm just being stupid. I am just being incredibly stupid today. You see? Okay, same spot. You guys don't move. I just gotta get back up to speed. Just me being the absolute idiot I am. Okay, so panic. This is if you really want it. I'm going to use this with Notepad++ because it's just a whole lot easier. There's a whole lot less headache. So you're going to copy the string, put it down. I often say shots fired, so I'm going to put that in. Shots, okay, I cannot type. Shots fired. Don't put any punctuation here, or else it's going to screw things up. Next, another thing I could put in. Yep, code 99, shots fired, immediate assistance, immediate backup, and then shots fired, shots fired. That's pretty much all I need. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's all I need. If another thing comes up, I can go ahead and stick it in there. Then there's a preface. This is the fun one. Preface is the fun one. You can actually stick like more, you can stick a whole lot more call signs in here. This is actually things that I've done before. Lincoln, I was 36, right? Lincoln 36? I think so. Okay. So Lincoln 36, you can honestly just put as many as you want in there. If you're going for different departments, you can even put call signs for each of those departments, but it's always going to refer to you for the call sign in the thing over here. I'm going to go over that in a minute. Okay, back at it again. I just had a nice little water break there just for my throat. Okay, so priority tone. This is another neat one. So I can set this to signal 100. Personally, I like to do hold the air and lift the air. Hold the air and lift the air. So priority tone actually works on a toggle. So you can say hold the air once and it's going to turn on the priority tone. Say hold the air twice or say hold the air again and it's going to turn it off. Again, same thing with lift the air. You say lift the air once, it's going to turn it on. Say it again, it's going to turn it off. I don't know why, but it just does that. Is there a thing here where I can like automatically turn them all off? Then there's the request. This is the kind of thing where you can just set anything in there if you really want to. Hold on, did I just find it? Guys, I found it. Okay, so this is status. Yes, this is yeah. Okay. So, status, you got taser. Yes, I found it. My stupidity has been solved. Anyway, you got taser deployed, deploying a taser, or you can even do like a taser, just make it one of those, but I don't use that. I never actually, I mean, I rarely ever report in that I've used a taser because it's just so useless. That's the kind of thing you actually use on like 5M where it stages EMS for you automatically. Um, then this is all the traffic control. And this is ultimate backup overruled. Then you have yes. Yeah, yes, affirmative. Make it whatever you want. Then over on actions, this is a neat one. Accept, this is when you're accepting a call. En route, on my way, responding, 1097, 97. So this is just whatever you want to make it. I don't add anything to it, so I'm just good with that. Then you got air support, you got air unit. If you want to use something like Eagle, you can use that, or like Air 1, if you want to request Air 1 or unit like Air Unit. Then you have available. This is another neat one. Did it open multiple? I think it did. No. Okay, so available, you can also, so I can make it 10.8. If you want, you can do show me on duty. Um, this is actually something I swapped out for on patrol. So patrol should be down here somewhere. Yes, on patrol. So this is where I swapped it out for. So what you can do is you can take the target here. Just take that. You take on patrol, delete it. You go back up to available. And you swap out the target here for what we just copied. Easy. Easy as that. Then busy, you got 10.6. Just easy as that. You got clear, code 2 state, code 3 state, code 4, copy, corner. Fire, this is actually something I will add FD to because I don't say fire truck. I always say FD. And then dispatch just never notices it, and it's like really annoying that it doesn't. You got insurance, you got investigating, you got K9. This is only for like traffic stops. Um, yeah, K9 unit. You got that K9 backup. Then you got no, you got news, you got normal, you got the occupieds. This honestly does absolutely nothing for you. So something like this, you might as well just say, yeah, the vehicle is occupied 2 times, requesting backup. And sometimes if you're lucky, it'll send you back up. Otherwise, it's just going to be stupid with you. And it's going to say, okay, thanks for letting me know there's like 3 people in the car. And it's just like really annoying things like that. Also, sorry if I sound really weird. I've had a sore throat all day, and this video is only making it worse. You got an officer down, you got out of service, panic. Um, yeah, so we already did this in the last one. Yeah, shots fired, shots fired. Pet check, pet deceased, pit, plate check, preface. You got all kinds of that stuff. Preface here, actually, I don't think it works. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's fun. Um, got ticket number. I rarely ever use this, so it's like ticket number is like, what is that? It's really just, it's only there for immersion. I mean, sometimes if you want to use it, if you're making like a report and you want to add the ticket number in there, you can honestly just do that and it's like really easy. But other than that, just leave it. Anyway, go back to grammar, please. I think I already covered this. Yeah, oh, it was 26, not 36. Oh well. We can change to 36 over here. There. I think we're still lieutenant. Yeah, we're still lieutenant or something. Well, now LAPD has a whack ton of lieutenants. Okay. So for our next runners up, I'm probably just going to take a little break, let my voice have a breather, and then we're going to come back where you can at least hear like a normal person talking over the video. Okay. And rise and shine. It is now the next day. So my voice is a lot better today. Also, I would say, yeah, I am still a little under the weather, but anyway, I just want to continue this video. So there's going to be the next couple of things that we have to go ahead and install. So the next few things, one is going to be scripthook v. Scripthookv.net is not necessarily needed. And I do believe that in newer versions of the Grand Theft Auto 5 build, it does tend to crash more as opposed to older builds. So we are going to quickly need this to install the next things we're going to be doing, which is actually ASIs. So ASIs are they're very strange on how they actually operate because they're pretty much scripts, but I guess you could just say they have more power than regular scripts. So here they are. These are the only files you need. Again, when you're installing them, you only need to open up bin, you need script hook v, and input 8. I don't recommend native trainer. This is like a whole other trainer, but I don't recommend it. All you need is script hook v, and input 8. Just grab those, drag them, drop them, and done. Then the next things we are going to be installing is one, Simple Trainer, and Simple Trainer is actually very well recommended. It is used by many creators, many LSPDFR creators, and really just GTA 5 creators just on the fly. A lot of them actually use it, and I would say it is very neat. Also, I would say in Trainer V, there's only one thing you have to go ahead and turn off. So there's just one setting inside of it. So you're just going to go ahead and open up the trainerv.ini. You're just going to go ahead and open it up. From there, you're just going to scroll down a little bit, or it's better if you just do this. Do Control F. It's going to give you this for Notepad++, but it's just a quick little search. You're going to type in keybinds, or right? Keybinds? Okay, I was wrong. My bad. Give me a second. So, what I was actually looking for is a little harder to find in the INI. I'm not entirely sure where it is, but it's actually something you have to do in game, so that would be my bad. Anyway, so just skip the INI for Trainer V. That would just be my stupidity. On to the next, we are going to be installing Player Location Display. This is a really cool mod. I do actually use this over Simple HUD because this, honestly, it's just a lot easier to use than Simple HUD. I mean, Simple HUD does have a good few options, but when it comes to actually configuring it, it's very annoying to use. So I tend to just use Player Location Display instead. So when you have it, just installation files, Grand Theft Auto 5, grab these two, and you're done. And that's it. So when it comes to installing ASI files, it always goes into the main game directory with dinput 8 right here. Dinput 8 is what launches all the ASIs, and script hook V, I believe, is what launches the scripts itself. I believe, yeah, it is what launches these scripts on the outside of the scripts folder. So if I would actually make like a scripts folder here, it wouldn't work. At least I think that's how it is. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I think the script itself is scripthookv.net. That's like the parent file. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm not the scripthook v whiz, so you couldn't ask me. Next is a really big one, is EUP. EUP is always the biggest thing when it comes to LSPDFR support, and just generally, EUP is so hard when it comes to newer players. So if you are a newer player to LSPDFR and the LSPDFR modding scene, this is going to be immaculate for you. It is going to be some immaculate assistance. Basically, when it comes to installing EUP, screw the LML package. Get that thing out of here. I'm not even sure why it's even here. If you use LML anyway, you're just giving yourself an even bigger headache than just manually installing everything. LML is not even really a good source of modding. It's I wouldn't say it's unstable, it just makes things harder to use. It makes things a lot harder to use. So right here, they are both .oib files. So you're going to need your OpenIV application. If you don't have that, I should have a card up here unless I have forgotten to put it there, which I hope I have not. Okay, so this is your first time opening OpenIV. As you can see, it is my first time opening it on this directory. So the first thing you're going to do is press this nice big button right here. You're just going to click it. It's going to give you these three things. ASI loader is actually surprisingly already here, but usually in most cases, all three of them will be blue. What you want to make sure all three of them are green. Create a mods folder? Sure, yes. And open camera, that's more something for you. It just removes the boundary in Rockstar Editor. Next, this is actually a quality of life thing that you can do. So you're going to head to Tools, Options, and General. You can also select this. So select Game and Platform dialog on Setup. Just select this, and it's going to automatically select GTA 5 on Windows for you. Then the default edit mode, again, it's going to be edit. Make sure it's on edit. If it's on read only, you're going to have to press edit mode every time, and it's like, it's just always a slow process. It always brings you down every time you have to click it. So just go over here, press edit, and then you're done. Down here, I don't believe there's anything down here. Actually, if you're using this, make sure to turn it off. It is very annoying to use it. But yeah, yeah, that should be it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's that. We have the mods folder, we have the plugins folder, we have ELS. What we are going to do now, since we have our plugins installed, a lot of the majority plugins, there's actually a few more plugins you can also install. There's actually some of them that aren't listed here, which I will have to list them, but a lot of them are just the same process. Basically, mods like custom pullover, that is just a drag and drop. It is so stupidly simple. It is so stupidly simple. It is just it's insane how simple it is. Anyway, moving over to OpenIV, we're going to open up the mods folder. This is going to have absolutely nothing in it. Why? Because we have to head over to the update folder first. So there's a couple things we're gonna have to grab out of here. So first we're gonna open up the update folder and then the update.rpf folder. Just open it up, and then you're gonna see this big banner here. If it says copy to mods folder, press it. If it says show to mods folder, you've already skipped a step and you're ahead. Good. Just press show on mods folder. Just press it. Don't touch the things in here, because if you make a mistake, it's gonna backfire on you a lot, and you're gonna have to end up verifying your game files, and it's just a mess. At some points, you don't know what you touched, you don't know what you didn't touch, and then it's a big mess. It's just a very big mess, okay? So don't touch it. Also, I know I have Discord open in the background. Close it. Shouldn't even be open to begin with. Okay, so now we have update.rpf open. We're going to head back into update, times 64, DLC packs. Don't press data, press DLC packs. And you're going to scroll down to patch day 8. You're going to open it up, copy to mods folder. Let it copy. Basically, patch day 8 is all the weapons. It doesn't really matter which one you send it into. It does not matter at all. But for the weapon models, it doesn't matter which folder you send it to. The next one you're going to need is patch day 24. So patch day 8, 24, and 25 are all necessary for EUP. Patch day 8 itself is not fully necessary, but at one point it was. So I would say in that case, still just to be safe, make sure to have it over there. Just to be safe. Because in some case you might have broken EUP. Okay, right now it's doing patch day 25, but as I was saying, in some cases it may cause some confliction, so it's best you just save yourself the headache and install it now. Okay, so I just went ahead and opened that up. You don't have to do that. So the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to install the OIV files from earlier. So I'm just going to put this over to the side, put this over here, and then open IV over here, just like that. We're going to open up the downloads. We have EUP Law and Order 8.3. I already have copies of these. It should say bracket 2 bracket. Honestly, it doesn't matter what it says, just as long as it has EUPLO here. Install it to mods folder. Again, I say to mods folder. Do not ever press game folder. Never, ever. Mods folder. Unless this is grayed out, you don't ever press game folder. Mods folder. Install. So you just want to let that install. Then you want to prepare your next, which is EUP search, or yeah, I think it's search and rescue. Yeah, EUP search and rescue. So EUPLO, this is just all the police departments. Then search and rescue, this is going to contain fire, EMS, military, just all of those things. So when you're going to install the next EUP, make sure to just click OpenIV. It doesn't matter where you click it. It could be here, 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 here. Just make sure to click it somewhere so that it brings it back up to priority, because the little pop-up, so this pop-up right here, this thing, for some reason it just, I don't know, it puts OpenIV in the background, then it's like it's not even there because this thing is still in priority even after it closes for some reason. It wasn't like that before, but it is now, and it's a mess. So you're better off just doing that. Okay, so both of those are installed. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the mods folder. So mods, update, times 64, DLC packs, and then you're going to stop right here. Stop, don't move, don't do anything else. We are going to pull out our EUP. So this is actually not something I have in my website, but it is something that I have to add to it. So we're going to put in, for me, I'm going to be installing LAPD. So I'm going to put in LAPD EUP. So we have Real Los Angeles Departments Mega Pack. We're going to go ahead and open that just for me. So we have all of this. This is a really cool pack. It's all Los Angeles. And it was made by LSPDFR Officer Rodriguez. So big shout out to him for actually making it. Big shout out. It's really just an awesome mod. So we are going to install the main files. Don't touch the older files. Always go for the latest file. Press download. Let it download. This will actually be the next thing we download. So I'm going to put this on standby here. We're going to install the Federal Signal SS2000, but not from Mr. Mr. Hammy Ham Slice. I'm not sure what the quality of this is. Let's take a look. No. Yeah, so there's another one that there's another one with higher quality. So Federal Signal SS, or nope, SS 2000 LSPDFR, just like that. And you have multiple of them here. You are looking, not this one. This one's a little hard to install. You're looking for the studio recorded one. Here, Baker X Goody. This is the guy that makes all kinds of awesome siren packs. They are absolutely amazing. Man, the sniffles. Okay, as I was saying, so we are going to go ahead and quickly open up the Real Los Angeles Mega Pack EUP. And there is a bunch of choices that we can go for here. I'm going to start off with the LAPD uniforms. And this is just for LAPD. There can be all kinds of different ways of doing it. But I'm going to show you the most basic way on how to break it down. So just pick whichever one you want. I'm going to be taking the LAPD. So we have the LAPD uniforms here. We're going to be doing LAPD, LASD. We're going to be doing CHP, LAFD. And that should be it. I might actually go for like a custom LAFD look instead of this one. I'm not sure entirely how it looks, but we might even go FBI, drug enforcement, and if we can get marshals as well, that might be pretty neat to get. Port police, maybe not, but right now I am focused on LAPD uniforms. So we are going to open up the LAPD badge. Open it up, you have hand diff 00, and it is all going to be here. Some of them are actually going to be the named folder, just like this one right here. So the badge is actually MPM Free Mode 01, MPM January 2016. And I don't actually like how Officer Rodriguez built this. Instead of having all the folders already prepared for you, you have to go scrounging for them. So here's the file right here. This is what we are looking for. So we just put this down, put this up here. We got the LAPD badge, hand diff 00. We can take a look at it now, see what it looks like. And it is this absolutely disgusting looking LSPD badge. It is absolutely disgusting. Grab this, stick it in here. There you go. It just altered this. So we go back over here and it already looks a whole lot better. I mean, you can't really see too many of the details. You can see it says Los Angeles. It has a deeper look to it. There's a lot more finite. Different details in it. Next is the LAPD badge around the neck. So around the neck, it's not actually here with the rest in order, so we have to go looking for it. Here it is, around the neck. MPM Free Mode 01, MPM Smuggler 01. Again, you just go down, Smuggler 01, here it is. LAPD badge around the neck. We have accessory diff 004. So this is what it looks like right now. So this is the badge around the neck. We can go ahead and yoink this, stick it over here. It alters this down here. Go back over here, take a look, and it already looks nice and neat. Next is the LAPD BDU uniform. So the BDU uniform actually goes a little deeper here. So the BDU badge patch, I'm not sure what it is. It might be like SWAT or something. So this goes with the BDU traffic uniform. Oh wait, is this like traffic safety or something? Might be. Yeah, that might be what it is. Yeah, so here's LAPD SWAT. And you have, yeah, this might be the actual uniform. Okay. Um, so you have motor unit, you have K9, jacket, BDU traffic uniform. That might be the long sleeve. So this is just where it gets a little confusing. Okay, so MPM free mode 01, MPM gun running 01. That's what we're looking for next. We're looking for gun running. Here we go. So LAPD BDU badge patch. This is for handdiff 003. And it does not look like it's in here. So this is just something we're gonna have to scrounge up. So the BDU badge. The BDU badge patch. It might actually be somewhere else. Oh, here it is. The badge patch. It's in Biker DLC. Okay, so long sleeve. Jabib diff 003. And we have Jabib diff 003 right here. So this is going to give us, oh, okay, it's utility. Yeah, so it's like a Metro look. So we can go ahead and put that in. And there we go, we have Los Angeles. Then we can also go short sleeve. This is Jabib 006. Same thing. And now we are going to head back. And we are going to insert the BDU police badge. So this is in Biker DLC 01. Biker DLC 01 right here. And here's the patch, hand diff 003. It is right here. Oops, so we can go ahead and stick it right in. Invalid window handle. Okay, there we go. So we just open it up. Here we go. This is the patch for, so basically this is what you need to install this. Or is it? No, it's not. Never mind. I'm being stupid again. This is for the shield. So handdiff 001. Am I being stupid? Yes, I am. I am being very, very stupid. Okay, so you stick that in there. There you go. You have Los Angeles Police there. I am being very, very stupid. Next, we have the LAPD detective badge around the neck. So we already have a police badge. So the LAPD detective badge around the neck is Smuggler 01 again. So we have Smuggler 01. This is for Handdiff 007. Handdiff 007 is this. So we can go ahead and drag it, drop it, stick it in there. And there we go. We can't actually read it too well there, but can't see too much. This is actually a park ranger. So, oh wait, this is task. Yeah, so this does not actually go here. So I'm not sure what it means over here. This is the around the neck. And we are looking at around the neck. So yeah, this is actually wrong, unless it's like backwards or something. We have January 2016, so we can take a look in here. Handdiff 007, look at that, Handdiff 007. This has already been, okay, so this is still Los Santos, so we can go ahead and stick it in there. And then here we go. We have detective right there, and then Los Angeles Police. 2565, that's actually something I can stick into the preface, which is pretty neat. Then we have the detective shield. This is task diff 007. So yes, it was backwards. Look at that. It was backwards. So this is task diff 001 or 007. We take a look at this and it is broken. It's actually missing the YDD file, so unless that might be somewhere else. Otherwise, just forget it. The LAPD badge, or no, the LAPD jacket. So the LAPD jacket is going to be in free mode business 2. So we are looking for free mode business 2 right here. Here we go. Jabib diff 000 right here. We have Officer Nolan. How convenient. Officer John Nolan. Is that some kind of running joke or something? That must be a running joke that I don't understand. Look at that, it's still Nolan. This is definitely some kind of fun. This is definitely some kind of joke that I don't understand. I mean, we have the rookie, you have Officer John Nolan. You look at GT5, you have Officer John Nolan. It's gotta be some kind of joke that I don't understand. LAPD K9 uniform. So the K9 uniform is male apartment 01. Male apartment 01. Just like this, you have diff 10 and diff 11. So this is what 10 looks like. It is Los Angeles K9. Then you have 11 being short sleeve, which is Morales. I mean, since when did Spider-Man turn into a cop? And now it's Rodriguez. Okay, Spider-Man is not a cop anymore. Then we have the LAPD motor uniform. So the motor unit, I believe, is down here. No, it is not down there. It is right here. Import export 01. Import export 01 right there. We can go ahead and open this up. Jabib 04, 07, and 14. 04 right here. And then we have 07, the long sleeve, and then 014. This is the tide. Just like that, we have 04. And then we have 07. Doesn't look like any changes, like absolutely no changes happened to it. Is it because it's B? It's because it's B, isn't it? Yeah, it's because it's B. So we're looking for Jabib. Oh boy. This is Jabib 14. So we gotta scroll down to 14. B. And there's a little bug there. Okay. That's just an open IV bug. Don't need to worry about that. Then we have the LAPD SWAT. The LAPD SWAT shirt is gun running. Okay, so gun running is right here. NPM free mode 01, NPM gun running 01. You go ahead and open that. LAPD SWAT, you'll open that up. Jabib 13 and Jabib 14. This is actually the same as the last one, isn't it? Looks like it. So you have 13 and 14 here. Open them up. Stick them in there. Here's 13. You have Los Angeles SWAT. Then you have 14 with Los Angeles SWAT. Okay. Last up, we have the LAPD Windbreaker. So this is, the Windbreaker is for NPM Free Mode Heist 3. So NPM Free Mode Heist 3, there it is. We have 11 here. This is what it looks like before. And then after, let's go ahead and stick that in. And that's what it looks like after. Very nice, very sweet. It looks absolutely awesome. And that is how you install the EUP. I'm going to go ahead and install the other EUPs just off camera, and then I'm going to meet up again for the next part. So I, for some reason, just realized that I was using the wrong microphone. And this was quite honestly because OBS didn't detect this microphone for some reason and just swapped back to a different one. So basically, the last 20 minutes have just been the wrong microphone. And honestly, just every time it happens, it absolutely annoys me. But anyway, we're going to be installing a couple more. We're going to be installing a couple more EUPs. So the first thing is going to be the LAPD patrol belt. So this is for accessory one. Again, it is a README, so I'm going to open this with Notepad. Um, Never mind. I'm gonna have to open it with DocX. Awesome. Okay, so I don't even have it purchased, so yeah. Get out of here. Oh, really? Come on. You're just gonna close it on me? Okay, right here. It is Free Mode 01 Mail Heist. That's what it is. So, mods, update, times 4 DLC packs, EUP, Mail 01 Heist. Right? This one? Yes, this one. Okay, so it's accessory 001. This is currently what's in here, and we can go ahead and swap it out just for this. Just like that. And it is a complete revamp of the entire thing, and I really like this Mortola radio here. This is an XTS 5000. The fact that it actually has the name printed there and in good view too, that's just awesome. You have the pepper spray over there. You have a couple magazines over here. You have I think this is the retractable baton. You have a couple sets of cuffs. The taser over there, the iconic green LAPD taser. Anyway, so the next thing we're going to be installing, and this is honestly the best way you can actually install EUP. You just really, let me just tell you, it's this simple. It's just that. A lot of people tell you have to like open it up, then you have to find free mode Vinewood, then you have to take this, you have to stick it in here. You don't actually have to because OpenIV actually allows drag and drop, and this is what it looks like. It looks quite awesome. Next is going to be the mics on the chest. So again, it's just gonna be the same thing. You got task 02 and 03. Up here is task 02 and 03. Actually, did I not just replace that? I did. I did just replace it. Okay. Um, Let me see if there is another one that I can go ahead and replace it for. Here's a pretty okay one that I can go ahead and replace it for, but I believe that is... Oh no, it's actually armor. Yeah, that's armor. Okay. What about task 007? DOA. Yeah, Drug Observation Agency. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, probably. We can go for task 007U. Only thing is, if we were to actually do it, would it work? That's just my question. Okay, so it's 003 and 002. I might just go ahead and... Yeah, I'm just going to replace for 002 because this is just the wonky looking one. So 002, there we go. You know what? It's still the wonky looking one. I'm going to go ahead and replace that. And since you can actually tell that it's like actually that,
I'm going to swap it out for 007 and hope it works. Does it work? Yes, there we go. Okay, perfect. So it does work for 007. That is absolutely perfect. If you do want to go ahead and replace something like this, my only worry is that it doesn't have a YTD with it. So the YTD is basically just the textures. And that was my worry. Is this gonna just swap over and be a yellow look? Just was it gonna look like this? That was my only worry. Because I didn't want to have it look like this and you get into game, it just looks like crap. Um, okay. Yeah, so you just reopen it like that. This is what it's supposed to look like. It is really just a good looking, it's just a good looking microphone. Or a good, it's a good looking thing. A good looking EUP. And I will also have all of these EUPs put into my website. So by the time this video does come out, it should all be there. Um, I think there is a EUP, radio around chest, UP LSPDFR. Is there something like that? There's over the shoulder. That's what I'm looking for. But this one's deprecated. I mean, just deprecated. If it's deprecated, it honestly just means that it's not being updated anymore. Doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to work. My only thing is, it's just, it looks like the original one. And that's just my only thing with it. I mean, it's just the little line there. It's just little rock star line. The mic with the antenna, that's like a British thing, isn't it? Um, yeah. Yeah, I would say that's the only one. That is the only one. Okay. Oh well. So the next thing we're going to go over is the callouts. So the callouts is actually a really neat thing. I would honestly say go for the bigger callouts instead of the smaller callout packs. That would be one being 686 callouts. You got 686 callouts, you've got super callouts, and I would say Kushera callouts. So just those three. These three are the highest rated ones. They are the highest rated in the entire LSPDFR community. Um, oh, Noodle. Yeah, this guy's in the Discord server. Okay, so there's 14 different callouts and still being added. As of right now, there is actually a callout being, there is a callout currently in development. It is currently a protest, and that one is actually really neat. Little suggestion by yours truly. So, anyway, this as part of the callouts, I would say the most callout packs you want to have is 4 to 8. So here's the other two callout packs I was talking about. You got super callouts. Actually, I would say super callouts was replaced. It is the replace of United callouts. You can even see here. Um, yeah, so it's open source here. But I think it did say here at one point that it was replaced by super callouts. Um, but anyway, yeah, super callouts is it is basically just a newer version. I mean, looking over here, there is a large similarity in callouts. So you have traffic reports, stolen supercar spotted, vehicle belonging to a possible kidnapper, 911 call of someone being held at gunpoint. You go over here. Does it say the callouts in it? Yes. Here. So you got store robbery, gang shootout, reports of a person with a knife, stolen truck pursuit, stolen bus incident. So truck pursuit, bus incident, I know for a fact they are over here. Um, Construction vehicle, someone not breathing. Here, a knife attack on the subway, you have something like that. You have someone walking around with a gun. You have a suspicious car. Alien sighting, this is like one of those weird ones. You have someone being held at gunpoint. You have a possible kidnapper spotted. So it's just those things. If you really want to, you can obviously just go ahead and install United Callouts. But I don't think it's being, yeah, see, it's not being updated anymore. It's not. The last update was in 2022. So this thing is pretty much just deprecated. It's even like open source. You go ahead and look over here. Yeah. 6 months ago, last year, 7 months ago. Yeah, it's open source. Okay. Anyway, if you really want to go ahead and install this, it does still have some pretty neat callouts, though I would not really recommend the mod too much just because of the crashing it causes. There's a lot of crashing that comes with the mod, so it's just things you got to look out for. So just get rid of that. Then there's Kushera callouts. Kushera callouts is like the kind of callout pack that you need a keen eye for. You just need to pay attention when it comes to those callouts, and it is really neat. Okay, so we have, there we go. So that is the three callouts. Let's go ahead and open this up in a new window. So 686 callouts, again, drag, drop, just like that. This, super callouts, drag and drop, replace, Kushera callouts, drag and drop, just like that, and done. And there you go. So that is the callouts installed. I wouldn't really recommend installing too many other callouts just because it may cause a lot of conflictions. It could really just cause a whole whack bunch of conflictions when it comes to modding, but that's really just the only amount of callouts you need. Where is it? Here, plugins, LSPDFR. Yeah, these are the only callouts you need. There's nothing more you really need than that. But if there are more like callouts T, you can always go ahead and install that. But usually those three callout packs just cover a whole lot of stuff already. So on to the next bit. So the next thing I'm going to be showing you is installing a little traffic overhaul. So this is the AI traffic and fluidity discipline and then the improved pursuit AI. So we're going to install the traffic fluidity mod first. And I believe Echo has said how it should be installed. Regarding this mod, there have been many reports of traffic driving extremely slow on highways with this mod installed. To avoid this, do not install pedpersonality.ymt as that file appears to be the reason. Install the other files normally. If you use AI cover animations by Hanako, it has already been edited, so simply do not drag and drop the files. Okay, yeah, AI cover, that's like something you can always just install on your own. Um, okay, so files for traffic and fluidity. So we have the vehicles.meta. I'm going to guide you through everywhere you have to go. So the first place you're going to go is the GTA 5 directory. Then you're going to open up mods, update, update.rpf, common, data, and the vehicles.meta, I believe goes in AI. No, this is weapons.meta, which means Vehicle AI handling info. I believe that goes in here. No, it does not. Anyway, it would say in the README. That should have been the first place we checked. Okay, so this goes. Oh, it does go in AI. Okay, so this is just like a new file. And we have to open it up as a WinRAR file because it's compressed. Jeez. I hate it when it does that. Okay, so vehicle AI handling, right? And that goes there. Then back to data. Vehicles.meta goes into levels. Here's vehicles.meta. You take it, you drag it, and you drop it, just like that. And then pet personality, you don't install that. Just leave it as Echo said. So next is combat tasks. So combat tasks goes again into AI. And I have to open this as a WinRAR. Otherwise, it just doesn't drag and drop. Okay, so combat tasks and combat behavior. You have combat behavior here, so we can go ahead and drag and drop that. Then we go back to data. Levels. So levels has nothing here. Nothing of our interest. Then there's the combat tasks. So combat tasks is not this, it's not this notepad. We are looking for, where is it? Here, the README. I am stupid. Okay, so combat tasks goes into tune. This is always my worst enemy, looking for tune. Here, let's just. So we are looking for combat tasks. It always has been my worst enemy looking for that one file. Okay, here we go. So we are looking for the one in update.rpf. Show in mods folder. Here we go. Yeah, you can see that. It's like a hidden file. I don't know why it does that, but it's just a hidden file for some reason. Okay, so here goes combat tasks, right? Yes, combat tasks. In there. Combat tasks right up at the top. Go back to data. Oh, hold on. Oh, I see. It's down here. It's this one. Okay, I see. Well, the more you know. Okay, so next is handling.meta. Handling.meta, you just drag and drop it in here. Here it is right here. So you just drop it right there and then off you go. So that is the metas swapped out for some improved AI. And then I think next I'm going to go ahead and do the vehicles, the part that everyone is always waiting for. Okay, so as per the cards that we're going to be installing, it is going to be the LAPD pack. I'm going to move the website over here. So this is the LAPD Mega Pack. This is made by Tactical Donut. It's been the pack that I've been using for a while. So anyway, just go ahead and press install. Then we're going to need Siren Limit Adjuster. This is for the LSSD pack, or the LASD pack. I'm stupid. So you just go ahead and install that. Then you download the LASD pack as well. This one's an add-on, which I'm also going to show you how to convert into ambient spawn, which is going to be pretty neat. There's also this is the 2017 Highway Patrol pack. And it also has the add-on link, which I have conveniently down here. So I am also going to go ahead and snag this and just stick it onto. I'm just going to stick it onto my. Actually, do I have it here already? Yes, I do. The 2017 CHP add-on pack. Okay. Yeah, I already have it there. Okay, good. So we're just going to go ahead and let those install. So we have the CHP pack so far. This one is pretty easy to install. It's just the installation files. This one is an OIV, so we can just go ahead and easily drag it and drop it. Just drag and drop it in there. Press install. Mods. Got it? Mods folder, nowhere else. Then things you must install first, game config. This is actually not the one we're going to install. We're going to install a different one. We also have the ELS VCFs. So this is all going into the ELS folder. So this is all the ELS files. Just drag them, drop them, all of them in there. Just like that. Perfect. Then is the extras. This is just a copy of the VCFs. We don't need any of these. And that is done. Next, we're going to install the LAPD version, which is right here. So the LAPD version, this one actually has to be manually installed. So I have to open it up as a WinRAR, as for all of the other files. So WinRAR, and where is Siren Limit Adjuster? Here. WinRAR. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, so LAPD, this is what we're going to be installing. So you take the LAPD add-on file, you drag it, and you drop it in here. Just like that. Right in there. Then you're going to head back into the update folder. You're going to go mods, update, update.rpf, common, data. Then you're going to scroll down to dlclist.xml. You're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. You're going to highlight the very last line. You're going to do Control C. You're going to remove the highlight and make sure you have the cursor right there that is blinking right there. You're going to make a new line. Control V, paste it. Then right here, you're going to take this word right here. This is the file name. And you're going to change it to whatever is over here in the new mod. So this is LAPD add-on, just like that. Perfect. Okay, and then again, we just take the ELS. This is actually all the add-ons, so this is really just optional if we want to take it in here. So we can just take all of these and just stuff them in. Just stick them all in there, just like that. Then the optionals, again, it's just nothing we need. The pack data files, nothing we need. Vehicle files, this is all the replace files, which is actually pretty useful to install. So we're just going to go into the latest patch day we have here. For me, it's 25. We're just going to open it all the way up to the vehicles. Some patch days are going to be different than others, so make sure you can find the vehicles. Then you're just going to highlight everything. You're going to drag it and you're going to drop it. Let it load for a second. There we go. So first we have the police CVPI. This is the LAPD CVPI, all snazzy looking. Then we have the police 4. This is the detective vehicle, the detective CVPI. Then you have the police 3. This is the Taurus. The Taurus is really good looking. The police 2 is this is the 14 Charger. Then the police 1 is the CVPI. Then you have FBI. This is the 18 Charger. It's an 18 unmarked Charger. Then you have FBI 2, which is the 14 unmarked Charger. So pretty neat. Very snazzy and all of that. Then we have the siren settings light adjuster or limit adjuster. It's just one ASI, so again, just as the trainers, you drag it, you drop it, you're done. That's it. Done and done. Okay, so that is the vehicles installed. The next thing we can go ahead and install is the Y maps and MLOs. So for the Y maps and MLOs, we're going to head over to the GTA5mods.com website. We're going to head over to maps, and there is usually just a few maps that we can go ahead and install here. I am looking in particular for Joshua Road. So we have Joshua Road Remastered. This is a really cool one. If you really want to go ahead and install it, that is up to you. But Joshua Road Remastered, I find just makes it way too populated for the one road, so I don't usually install it too much. Then you have the I'm going to install the Blaine County Lights and Signs. Here we go. This is the mod right here. It is by Trooper A1868, the same mod author that made the Joshua Road Remastered. So just go ahead and easily press download right there for the Blaine County traffic lights and signs. And then you have the 5M and the single player version. Now, this is actually a couple ways you have to install it. If you're installing the YMAP version, which there is a YMAP version of this, it is actually going to require the custom maps loader. So there is the custom maps loader GT for GT5 mods. Here, this is the custom maps pack. Actually, no, it is not. Not that. You can also go to the Omega King Studios. Uh, the Omega King Studios website. Yeah, here. Omega King Studios. You're going to head over to Map Builder. You can install the game config, but this is actually what we're going to do last. You are going to scroll down. You have Map Builder 5, and there is also the Map Builder 4 Redux. So each month for Patreons, this just includes 2,500 plus custom 3D models. This comes with 670. I am going to go ahead and install this version. Never mind. That is Patreon. And so is that. Oh wait, here it is. Yeah, there we go. So that is for GTA 5. This one is actually the full Patreon version. But there is the one version, it just comes with a few old ones. And at one point, these all used to be in one packet, and they all used to be free, but I don't know. They were put in a Patreon recently, and that's just how it's been since. Okay, so once you have it installed and opened, again, open it up with WinRAR. Make sure it's always opened up with WinRAR. Just open it up to its core files. We're going to do the manual install for today. Then we're going to head over to mods, update, times 64 DLC packs, and this is the furthest we're going to go. We're going to highlight the custom maps and the map builder folder. There's the two folders. We're going to drag and drop them into the DLC packs, just like that. Then again, back over to update, update.rpf, common, data, DLC list, open that up. We're going to copy the bottom line, create a new line, paste it. Then we're going to put in the two lines. So first is map builder. Then we're going to do custom maps. Just like that. Make sure it is completely identical to it. Then for the third line, this is going back So BCTLS, this one is actually a MLO. So MLO, it basically spawns there automatically, and basically it doesn't need any preloader or third-party loader to actually install it. It just installs as if it were part of the game originally. So we're going to go ahead and install BCTLS. That is the only one we're going to put here. Save that. Go back to mods, update, times 64 DLC packs. And then we're going to take BCTLS, drag it, and drop it. Then for paths, this is a bunch of nodes. So the paths, we have to go back to update, update.rpf. I believe it is times 64. Or hold on. No, it's not there. I remember now. Okay, so it's in one of the times 64 files down here. We're going to open up the README to see which one it is. It is, okay, so that's the BCTLS folder. The paths folder. Oh, wait, no, it isn't there. Okay. So I am just genuinely dumb. Okay, so back up here. Update, update.rpf. Make sure it's in the mods folder. It is times 64, levels, GTA 5, and paths. Here it is. There we go. Perfect. So we're just going to highlight all of these, absolutely all of them, drag and drop, and there you go. Let it all install, and then off you go. It is perfect. We can go ahead and close the WinRAR and the README. Then the map builder, we can also go ahead and close that. And just for funsies, I'm going to go ahead and install the Sandy Shores Fire Department for menu. I'm also going to show you how to convert it. So in GT5 mods, we're just going to type in converter. There you go. Map editor and menu to YMap converter. Just go ahead and open it up. This is ME2YM. And secretly, I already have a folder right here. Yeah, I have a couple of folders just hidden right there. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. This is the me2im.exe.config. Then you have the me2im.exe. You're going to open up the exe and make sure it is unpacked. Make sure it's not in a WinRAR. It's not in make sure it's not in a compressed file. It has to be an open file on your desktop. So just go ahead and open up the .exe. Then you're going to press File, Open. Then over here, you have to take the firefighter file, so BCFD. Okay, so you have the YMap right there, and then you also have the XML. So the XML is for menu. We're going to take it, we're going to drop it right onto our desktop. We're going to select it, open, and I know there's already a YMap over here, but I just want to do it for the sake of, just for the sake of showing you. So once we have it here, we should have all the coordinates here for everything. It should be a whole bunch of numbers. You don't have to worry about any of that. You're just going to press File again. Just press it again. You're going to press Export. And I'm going to do BCFD. And then right back onto the desktop. Just like that. Perfect. Now we're going to head into OpenIV. We're going to return to the DLC packs. We're going to go into custom maps, and we're going to open it up to its core files right here. So we have meridian.ymap. It's up to you if you want to delete that or not. I'm personally not going to delete it because this honestly just does nothing. You're going to take the ymap file. This is ymap.xml. OpenIV is going to translate it for you, so just go ahead and drag it and drop it, just like that. And it automatically removes .xml for you. And as for the YMap that came with this, you can also just take it, drag it, and drop it in there. It's the same thing. Get rid of those two files, and off you go. There was the two files that were highlighted earlier. Okay. Anyway, that is how the YMap works. And now I think it is about time that we are ready to close off the video. We're quite nearing the end here. So the next thing we're going to do is install all the mandatory files like game config and all the rest. Okay, so here's the files that we're going to go ahead and install. It is game config, pack file limit adjuster, and heap adjuster. If anything, I would say game config is the hardest thing to install, and it's not even hard at all. So we're just going to go ahead and download all three of these files. Just go ahead and download all of them. That is my phone. I'm going to go ahead and put that away. Hush phone. Don't need that. And Ambient FX is also a pretty neat one that you can go ahead and install. I'm going to go ahead and install it. It honestly just makes visual effects a little more realistic. So just go ahead and install that. Once you have all of those installed, just go ahead and open them up. Just like that. So first is GTA 5 config. You're going to head back to the GTA 5 main directory. You're going to go to mods, update, update.rpf, common, data, right here. Then you're going to take the GTA 5 folder, GTA configs, for more mods, and you're going to select 1,5x traffic, 1,5x peds. You're going to take that, you're going to drag it. Here's the game config file right here, and you're going to drop it. Just like that. Done. So this game config basically allows you to have more MLOs, more cars, more YMaps, basically more stuff in your DLC packs. Next thing we're going to install is the pack file limit adjuster. Again, make sure everything is in a WinRAR. Absolutely everything in a WinRAR file. So this, all the way back to the GT5 directory, we're going to highlight both of these and drag and drop them in here. So now we have to find the INIs. So this is the ASIs, the INIs here. So the pack file limit adjuster.ini. I'm going to use OpenIV, so it's going to be Control Enter to edit it. We're going to change its pack file list size, and we're going to change it to around 12,000. 12,000 is a good size. So pack file limit adjuster is basically the amount of memory your game can have. It just changes the amount of memory your game can have before your game needs to reboot due to lack of memory or the game has run out of memory. Basically, if your game starts running out of memory, you just go in here, you change that, and then you're good. Just change it to a higher number. Again, with this heap adjuster, open up with WinRAR, just like that. Then you take both of these files, and just like before, you drag in and you drop them. So heap adjuster is just for the scripts alone. For example, simple HUD. And heap adjuster, you can set this up to 2000. 2000 is a good number. So this just basically stops the crashing of scripts and I believe ASIs too. It just allows them to work with more memory. Then there is ambientfx.dll. Just go ahead and open it with WinRAR. Just like that. Then ambient effects, you just take it, you drag it, and you drop it into the main game directory, I believe. But just for me, I like to be nice and safe. I'm going to make a scripts folder. I'm going to open it up, and just to be safe, I'm just going to stick it in there. Just to be safe. You know? Just to be safe. But I do believe it does go out here, right there. I do believe it goes right there. But if you want just to be safe, you can also do the same thing. Okay, so that is that. And just because I forgot to do this earlier, the last thing I'm going to teach you how to install is the siren. I forgot to teach this earlier, so I'm going to teach you now. We are going to need the Federal Signal SS2000, and we are going to head over to the Studio Recorded or the 5M Ready. It should be made by Baker X Goody. This guy makes a whole ton of great files, as I've said before. So we're just going to go ahead and download that. Just a nice easy install. And while we're waiting for that to install, we're going to head over to the main game directory, x64, audio, SFX. And we're going to look for resident.rpf. Here, right here, resident.rpf, copy to mods folder. And while that's copying, we're going to open up the federal signal. We're going to put it down here. And we're going to take the 5M version. The 5M version is the easiest to install. So we're going to take resident RPF, drag it, and drop it. Just like that. And just for a bonus, gun sounds. Just because I remember that too. So we can do gun sounds. I'm going to do weapon sounds. I believe it is realistic weapon sounds. Yes, realistic gun sounds. So it's just a few mods that you can go ahead and install. I am not going to do that. My phone keeps blowing up, so I'm just going to turn it the other way and hope that the microphone doesn't pick it up. Okay, so this is an OIV that we can go ahead and install. There's a few optionals in here too. We can also go sounds with no meta replacing, but I want to go for this one. So I just drag it and drop it. Install, mods folder, install. And you're just going to let that install. This might take a few minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut the video until it's finished. Okay, and just like that, it is successfully installed. It may take a few minutes to install something like this, but there you go. You have that installed. And next, I'm trying to think of anything else there might be needed to install. Otherwise, I might hop into game and just show off what it looks like from there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to install is all of the visual mods. So I am going to go ahead and open a new tab here, pull it over here. So we are going to head into GTA 5 mods. And we are looking for Visual V. This is a very lightweight mod. And when I say it is lightweight, I mean it is lightweight. So you're just going to go ahead and install it just like this. Just like that. Let that install. Just let it install. Then you're going to take the installation. Yeah, so you're going to take the installation via mod package. This is the excuse me, I had a little burp there, so excuse me. So you're just going to take the visualv.oiv and you're just going to drag it and drop it. Install into mods. Always remember that. It is always the mods folder, unless the mods folder is grayed out and it doesn't let you change it. It doesn't let you press the mods folder. That is the only time you're ever going to press the update folder. So you're just going to let Visual V install. It may take a few minutes. Okay, there we go. Just like that, it is installed. Then we're going to take the optionals. we can also take the reshade preset down here. And the reshade preset, we are going to go ahead and drag it, and we are going to drop it. So make sure to press OpenIV again because the OIVs, I think I've said I think I've said this already. So the OIVs, uh, for some reason they just prioritize on the screen, and then OpenIV gets unprioritized. So it's just something about that. Also, DXGI. Let's see. Um, okay, I'm not sure. So we have that installed. I'm not really going to, I'm not going to worry too much about anything else. There's even procedural shadows, which I might install here. Just install that. This just adds a shadows for procedural objects, small bottles, leaves, boxes, etc. Yeah, sure. Just install it. Install that. You got Earth's atmosphere. You have dynamic shadows with pedestrians and vehicles. You have advanced motion blur. Honestly, advanced motion blur, that could just be something. So, yeah, it is not compatible with natural vision remastered scripts. Game doesn't allow to use any more than time sync. Okay. Advanced motion blur, I can probably just stick in like the settings, so I'm not too sure what the difference is here. E and B is a little harder to install. It's just a little bit harder, just a tad bit. But next thing we're going to install is Radiance V. And you're just going to go ahead and open it up. You're just going to press download over here. Download the latest version. Just like that, let that install. And remember, always with WinRAR. So you're going to take the OIV installers, and you can either select Add Bright, Add Normal, Replace Bright, or Replace Normal. I am going to add normal. So this will install the Radiance V version 2.1. Yeah, so you can honestly just play around with those. Just figure out which one you like most. You can just play around with them, see which one you like most. And Radiance V is just the sirens, or not the sirens. It's the police lights and basically just all the lights and how bright they're going to be. The brighter it is, not necessarily the better. Sometimes they get a little too bright and it gets distracting or just doesn't look good because it takes away from the actual view. But that's up to you. Your limit is your limit. And that should be all the visuals. Okay, so when it comes to launching Rage, you're just going to accept it. You're going to accept little warning. It's going to give you the plugins. I'm going to load these plugins on startup. LSPD First Response and Axon Signal. There is a wide variety of other mods that you can actually install. For example, Scene Manager, Police Tape, just whichever ones that you really think are best. You can install Crouch, Cop Holster. I will have a bunch of little plugins that you can install on my website. So just go ahead and just go ahead and click the link down below. You can view my website. Then there is a mods folder over there. Not a mods folder, it's a mods page. So you can find the mods page over there. I can also go ahead and show you. So just over here on the website, I'm going to go ahead and view the published site. Yes, it is made with Google Sites. I know. I don't know how to code a site. So when you press the link, it's going to bring you here. This is just a bunch of stuff that I have for the home page. You're going to go up here and you're going to press mods. Right up here, then this is all the mods that you have to install. And again, right here, Don't install all the mods at once because it is going to cause a lot of crashing if you install all of them. But yeah. So just go ahead and close that. Save and launch. Um, yeah. Okay, so just go ahead, launch it, and then it'll get going. So here we are in the game. So you aren't going to start off with a character. You are always going to start off with the last GTA character you played with. I'm going to go ahead and pull out an absolutely random vehicle. Just any car that I can go ahead and drive off with. And we're going to drive over to the police station. Um, should I take out the FMJ? Let's see if it despawns after a few seconds. It does not. Good. Okay. And I forgot my wheel doesn't work, so I'm going to have to install manual transmission for that. Okay, so we just have to drive all the way over to the police station. There is one right here. This is the Vinewood Police Station. Or in Los Angeles terms, it is the Hollywood Police Station. So here we go. Just like this. And we're just going to head over here. You can always see the police vehicles spawning up everywhere. Enter the police station. And something I realized is we never actually installed the EUP menu. We never actually installed it into the game, so we are going to have to do that. Well, in any case, it hasn't been shown on the video, but it is quite easy to install it. It's just like any other plugin, so you just drag it and drop it. I don't know, maybe in the editing process, I'll just stick it in there. Okay, so we're just gonna make a male character. Um, Here we go. So resemblance, it's gonna be between and between features. Brows don't seem to change. Okay. Oh wait, that's because it's like position of them. Okay. So the brows, we can go just like that. The nose, we can probably leave that, right? No, we cannot. Okay, so nose profile, we are gonna go a little longer, nice and curved. The nose tip, leave that. Cheekbones, out and up. Cheeks, we can go puffed, I guess. Lips, and just leave that. Jaw is, for me, always wide and round. I don't know, it's either wide and round or it's wide and square. I think I'll go right there, just like that. Perfect. And the chin profile is, oh, no, we're not trying to be the Joker here. We are not trying to be the Joker. I mean, if we want, we can be the Joker, but no thank you. Okay, good. Then the chin shape, we are going to go square and bum. And then that's that. Appearance. I will go for Let's see. What can we go for? What would look good? What is this hair? I don't remember this ever being in the game. Is this... Oh, it's Imponent Rage. Okay, so it's GTA Online hair. Yeah, it's new. It is brand new hair. And the hair broke. Okay, I guess we're stuck with this hair. Sure, we'll go with this. Skin blemishes, we're going with none. Save and continue. Luca Losler, sure. Create new character. Or no, no. Luca Losler, we're gonna use that. And the hair reset. Okay, loading the Vinewood police station. We are gonna go on duty. Honestly, it has been a while since I've ever used this menu. We are currently 3 Lincoln 36 on Grammar Police. Good. Okay, so outfit. We can go ahead and do that. Variation. So this is actually something we have to fix with... This is just something we have to fix with Stop the Ped. It's a Stop the Ped thing. Okay, so components. That's the mask. That's the pants. Parachute. Shoes. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that for now. Confirm that. The police garage. Let's hope it doesn't crash. Okay, here we go. Good. Okay, so this is just all the ELS stuff. I'm going to go ahead and put on race brakes, engine. Okay, so that's just a custom plate. Suspension, we can leave that. Transmission, turbo. Good. Select and continue. And off we go. So we are going to go ahead and change a couple of things. So the display settings is going to swap out. We're going to move it up a little. Just move it all the way over back here. Just like that. Save it. And here we go. 3 Lincoln 36, show me 1041 tonight.
Acknowledged. 3 Lincoln 36. Proceed with patrol.
Damn! The suspect is going into the metro.
Attention all units. Officer needs immediate assistance in, Howick.
Okay, so that's a code for disregard. Possibly like a broken call out. That's possibly what it is, just a broken call out. Code 4.
Attention all units. Code 4. No additional support needed.
So I'm not too worried about what is actually going on. I'm just going to go ahead and swap out some of these settings here. Let's go for Ultra. Now this, I might go for Add Bright instead of Add Normal. But yeah, so this is basically just the game. This is what the game looks like. The reshade did not get implemented. It's just going to have to be something that I have to look through reshade for. I might have to actually install the reshade menu, but yeah. This is basically what it looks like. This is basically just the foundation of LSPDFR mods. There's a whole list of mods that I could have installed, but that would have made the video a little too long, and I don't want the video getting too long, which is why I didn't install the things like Scene Manager or Callout Interface, even like Prowler Radar. There's just things like that that I didn't end up installing just because it would get the video going way too long. EUP menu is something I should have installed, but it's just something I forgot. So, yeah. If you guys did like today's video, please do leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and do turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss another video from me. And other than that, you guys have yourselves an awesome day. I'm gonna get out of here, and bye-bye.